A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a groundbreaking event, Africa hosted its first G20 summit in Johannesburg, igniting discussions on pressing global issues while facing significant challenges. The summit, which opened on November 22, 2025, aimed to address long-standing problems affecting the world's poorest nations. However, the absence of the United States, following President Donald Trump's boycott, cast a shadow over the proceedings. As leaders gathered at an exhibition center near Soweto, the birthplace of Nelson Mandela, they sought to forge a consensus on critical priorities set forth by the host nation, South Africa. The agenda was ambitious, focusing on vital areas such as climate change recovery for impoverished countries and tackling global inequality. Despite the U.S. withdrawal, the remaining G20 members broke with tradition, adopting a leader's declaration at the summit's outset, a move that typically occurs at the conclusion of such gatherings. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa heralded this declaration as a significant achievement, reflecting the summit's commitment to elevating the issues faced by developing nations. However, the declaration's specifics remained undisclosed, leaving some nations, like Argentina, expressing dissent. Argentine President Javier Milei, in solidarity with Trump, opted not to attend the summit, delegating representation to Foreign Minister Pablo Coronel. This diplomatic rift highlighted the complexities of international relations, particularly as South Africa navigated its presidency of the G20 amidst external pressures. As the summit unfolded, Ramaphosa emphasized the importance of consensus among leaders, even as he faced interruptions during the closed-door discussions. A moment of levity occurred when he inadvertently acknowledged that cameras were still rolling, revealing the informal dynamics at play within the summit's proceedings. The backdrop of the summit was further complicated by ongoing global issues, including the war in Ukraine and the stalled COP30 climate negotiations in Brazil. These factors not only influenced the discussions, but also underscored the urgency of the G20's mission to find solutions for the world's most pressing challenges. In a statement, Ramaphosa articulated the need for collective action, stating, "We must prioritize the needs of the vulnerable and ensure that our responses to climate change and inequality are not only effective, but also inclusive." His call to action resonated with many leaders present, who echoed the sentiment of solidarity and shared responsibility. As the summit progressed, the focus remained on fostering collaboration among nations while addressing the contentious issues that have historically divided them. The absence of the U.S. delegation loomed large, yet the remaining leaders were determined to push forward with their agenda, seeking to make tangible progress on critical initiatives. The G20 summit in South Africa marked a pivotal moment in the global political landscape, showcasing the continent's growing influence in international affairs. With a commitment to addressing the needs of developing nations, the summit aimed to redefine the narrative around global cooperation and solidarity. As discussions continued, the world watched closely, eager to see whether the summit would yield meaningful outcomes in the face of adversity. The declaration adopted by the leaders, albeit controversial, signaled a willingness to engage in dialogue and strive for consensus, even amid significant geopolitical tensions. In conclusion, the first G20 summit in Africa has set the stage for a new era of leadership and collaboration, highlighting the importance of inclusivity and shared responsibility in tackling the world's most pressing challenges. While the absence of the U.S. may have complicated matters, the resolve of the remaining leaders to address issues affecting the poorest nations remains a beacon of hope for a more equitable global future. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.